I told you all. I said it. Israel Adesanya will never win a fight again. It's not because I'm a hater or anything like that. I just knew this is what was going to happen after those losses. After he lost to Sean Strickland, I was so confident he was never going to win again. Literally, not even the Drickus fight. It was the Strickland fight. I've said this before he fought Drickus, before he fought Imavov. Israel Adesanya will not win another fight again unless he fights Chris Curtis. Chris Curtis is one of the only people I see him beating at this point. His confidence is gone. He's just been chinned. Nassourdine Imavov just knocked him out in the second round. I've seen some people saying it was an early stoppage. He literally went limp and then got pounded on. Like, that was a very good stoppage. Like, he was clearly finished. But yeah, I think that's it for Israel Adesanya, the title contender. I don't think he will ever get back to the title. He's on a 3-fight losing streak. He got decisioned, subbed, and KO'd. His confidence is going to be at an all-time low, especially his durability. He looked really good. I'm not going to lie. He looked really good in the first round of this fight. He was kicking very well. He was offensively great. Very good offensively. He got caught with a pretty nice uppercut in the first round, but I thought he clearly took the first round. But then the second round, it's like Imavov just found all of his timing and just landed the perfect shots right on the button. And he finished Israel Adesanya. Now, Adesanya complained that it was an early stoppage. You know, he got pissed off. I don't know if he was just because it got finished or if he thought it was early. It wasn't early. That was definitely a good stoppage. He was out. Like, I don't know what else I can say. He was literally out. Like, he was limp and then he was getting pounded on. If the referee didn't stop it, Imavov was just going to keep hitting him and hitting him. Like, I think that was a good stoppage. I don't know what Israel Adesanya does. Is he going to fight again? Is he going to move up a division? Like, what does he want? He said he could lose his next 10 fights and his legacy's secure. So, does it mean he's going to keep fighting? Like, I'm not sure. Like, who would he fight? He won't fight Rob. Like, I think he would beat Whitaker, but they're not going to fight. They're teammates now. Like, they're friends. That's not going to happen. He could beat Chris Curtis, but Curtis doesn't deserve that shot. Maybe you could do him versus Roman Kopylov. That'd probably be a good fight. I think Kopylov would probably win at this point. Like, I really do think most of these guys would beat Izzy at this point. I don't even think it's because he's, like, just completely washed. Obviously, his chin's now gone. But I think also you got to factor in here that he's also just mentally... I don't know if he's the same after that. That's really going to shock his confidence. Obviously, he would be like guys he's already beat, but I'm talking about these new guys coming up. I think he'd probably beat Delitzky, to be honest, but who knows, maybe his chin's just cracked now after that Imavov fight. But I think Anthony Hernandez is the fight to do if he beats Brendan Allen. That's probably a good fight. I don't know. I don't think Izzy would beat Anthony Hernandez, but I think that'd be a good fight. But still, anyway, enough about Izzy. You know, respect to him, he's a legend, former UFC middleweight champion. He ruled the division for years, but Imavov beat him, so we got to talk about Imavov. Great performance, perfect shot, put him out. Like, it doesn't really get much better than that. Imavov is going to be a star. He's going to be... This is massive for French MMA. I guess it's even massive for Dagestani MMA. You know, he's Dagestani, he's French, he's both. So that's big. This is a new star. I heard the broadcast saying, you know, like, you got to give him the next title shot. I don't necessarily agree with that. I think Hamza Chimaev still deserves the next shot, and then you have Imavov fight the winner. Or you do Imavov versus Robert Whitaker in the meantime. Like, oh my god, just gotta take all the OGs out. But yeah, I could see that happening. But yeah, that was crazy. That was honestly crazy. Like, I predicted Imavov. I did really good for predictions. I got every fight right except for Mike Davis, and I don't know what was up with Mike Davis. He was not fighting like Mike Davis on this card. But yeah, MVP. I picked him. He won. I feel amazing. I feel like a genius right now, guys. I don't think you guys realize. I feel like a fucking genius. I picked Vinicius Oliveira. Like, I picked everybody who won except for Mike Davis. Mike Davis was the only one I got wrong because I picked Mike Davis to beat for SCZM. But regardless, yeah, great performance by Imavov. Craziness. To chin Israel Adesanya. I was expecting, you know, maybe he gets a decision, maybe a ground and pound TK, but no, he just straight boom, perfect shot. Like Bink drops him, follows up, knocks him down again, boom, boom. Like, I really don't understand people complaining about that stoppage. He clearly beat the fuck out of him, but yeah. I mean, Izzy's got to do that. I guess that's like a part of his mentality. He can do that and then say, well, I didn't technically lose. I think it was an early stoppage, because I think he will fight again. I don't think he's going to want to go out like that. He's got an ego, as most fighters do, and he's not going to want that to be the last scene of him in the UFC. He's going to want to go out with a win, I would feel like. So yeah, I think Izzy will fight again. I'm not saying I know 100% that he will, but I think that's probably what's going to happen. But yeah, this was an interesting card. There were some stinker fights, not going to lie. Pavlovich versus Rosenstruck was a disappointment. Gaziev the GOAT got a pretty nice KO. Vinicius Oliveira versus Nassourdine Imavov was cool. Faresi Zan versus Mike Davis was cool, but in a different way than you were expecting. We were expecting a slugfest. Mike Davis is amazing boxing, but it's actually a crazy grappling match where they were cutting each other open with ground and pound, and Mike Davis got some, I think he went for a calf slicer, which was pretty cool to see. Naimov versus Karnofli was, it was alright. Karnofli fumbled it a little bit in the second round. I feel like he was on his way to getting a TKO, or at least he had Naimov hurt, but he just sort of stalled it. I already mentioned Gaziev's cool KO. He was facing some adversity in that fight too, against Thomas Peterson, but he ended up just chinning him. And McKinney ran through Damir Hadzovic. I mean, that was expected. Damir doesn't have great takedown defense. Jasmine Jasudavicius, she looked very good against Mayra Buno Silva. Bogdan Grad, he was looking bad, man. He was looking really bad. He was getting pieced up. And then, he was making some really bad fight IQ errors. He kept wrestling. When you're fighting a guy who doesn't have good durability in Lucas Alexander, why are you not for striking with this guy? I didn't understand that. And then Hamdi Abdulawap, he got sort of a robbery. People calling it a robbery. I thought he won the first round, and I could see the argument for the second. I don't think this is the crazy robbery everyone's making out to be, but I'd have to rewatch the fight. Maybe I missed it, because Jamal Pokes did land a lot more shots, but I feel like Hamdi was landing the more powerful, damaging shots. But again, I'd have to rewatch before making a conclusive statement on it. But yeah, overall, good card. It's 4 a.m. here, but I'm wide awake. That main event really just shot me up. That woke me right up. The co-main event with Magomedov and Michael Venom Page was an alright fight. But Shara Magomedov has no boxing. I've been saying this for a while. I genuinely believe Jacob Malkoun has a better jab and better boxing fundamentals than Shara Magomedov. I said this on a podcast a while ago, and the person I was with, I think it was Dan from Firewave, he looked at me like I was crazy, but Shara Magomedov doesn't have boxing fundamentals. His boxing isn't good. He throws wild hooks, but he doesn't have a jab or any good boxing fundamentals. He's just all leg kicks, and he occasionally throws some head kicks and stuff like that, but all he does is leg kick. His fundamentals aren't amazing, but when it comes to boxing, but he'll be back. He clearly lost this fight. I thought 3-0. Arguably, you could give him the third round, but yeah, crazy card. Another prospect loses their O in Shara Magomedov. But, prospect in Vinicius Oliveira is on the rise, and yeah, that's only 15 strikes. Imavov only landed 15 strikes, and he got Izzy. Izzy looked strong. He had good takedown defense in this fight. And he was looking very good offensively. He was piecing up Imavov, but the leg kicks were big. And like I said, I think Imavov is good, but I don't think he's going to beat the Strawn Stricklands, the Dricus Duplessis, the Hamza Chimaevs. He could probably beat Whitaker, but then I think Kai Borello would probably beat him. And yeah, how good is Jared Cannonier? Jared Cannonier makes these guys that Izzy has lost to look he makes it way more competitive. Styles really do make fights, because Jared completely ran through Marvin Vettori. Obviously Izzy beat Marvin Vettori. I'm not saying he didn't, but he made it look way more easy. I guess outside of that first round, I guess he did get hurt. But then Imavov, he was way more competitive with Imavov than Izzy was. And then Strickland, he beat Strickland, and Izzy got ran through by Strickland. It's crazy. It is really crazy when you think about it that way. But yeah, be interesting to see what Izzy does next. If he stays at middleweight, if he retires, maybe he moves up. But yeah, craziness, man, craziness. Yeah, it's the end of an era for middleweight. I feel like the Whitaker Izzy era, the Oceanian rise, the rule of middleweight is clearly by far over right now. But yeah, awesome performance by Imavov, as I predicted. Like I said, no disrespect to Izzy or anything like that. I just, after that Strickland fight, I can't ever pick him to win a fight, and like these follow up performances are like, yeah, just solidifying it for me. Because I was really considering picking Izzy in this fight, but I had to stand on business that he wasn't going to win another fight. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you like this video, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Goodbye. Good card. Overall good card. So there were some boring fights. But overall, not any crazy robberies besides the first fight in some people's eyes. But yeah, anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time.